Yeah, as usual. Welcome back to another episode of Talking That Asian Scheme podcast. We are back in the building, in the safe place we call.
Treetops.
That's right, Treetop Studios back in the building. Hers in her place, mine in my place, but we're still here together. Still
You did
testing
this and you made me pause. I'm like, wait, am I supposed to say it or not?
that. No, yeah. No, I went like that. Like, go.
Oh.
Take two. Welcome back to another episode of Talking That Asian Scheme podcast. We are back in the building, in the safe space we call
Treetop Studios.
I meant to go like that. So I guess I just went like that. But no, I'm not gonna edit that anyway. So yeah, anyway. Welcome back, guys. Ish, good job last week, even though it was the shortest podcast of all time.
Thank you, sir. I tried my best, and I just, for the life of me, could not continue talking to myself any longer than I did.
No, but you did good though. I kind of liked it. It was fun and stuff. So I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the topic by far. It was absolutely phenomenal. I really wanted to really touch base on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just something that
we really didn't talk about it. What do you think about like that?
No, I thought it was fantastic, and then the point that you kind of had me like, oh man, I wish was when you said, there's going to be dumb people or guys that would react like, yeah, ma, I got you, right? Mm-hmm. And yeah, there is going to be those guys because they already know what type of female they're going to deal with.
Yep.
Pretty much, I'm going to spend this, and then I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's stuck with niggas ain't shit, right? So it's that same cycle. So that's the stuff that I thought. And then as for the guy who, you know what I'm saying, who got, I guess you can say exploited by who posted on the gram and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it could be discouraging. Hopefully that guy doesn't get discouraged, but it could be something as simple as, just brush it off, which I know is hard, but you kind of get the idea of what woman you don't want to deal with.
I feel like also like from a guy's perspective, at least as far as he goes,
mm-hmm.
I guess the effects on him would also be determined by his strength and experience. Like, if he doesn't give a fuck because he stands by what, he believes, then yeah, maybe he'll be okay. But then you have a lot of guys out there who don't think like that. And if they're exploited as far as like the name goes, the picture goes, it's out there for so many people to see. It could be embarrassing, especially when somebody's calling you out of your name or calling you childish and you're literally just trying to get to know somebody. That's embarrassing.
I'll sue the shit out of her, though, that's for sure.
For real.
And then the other thing that I kind of thought about too was, damn, it just, when you were talking, I was like, yeah, that was another good point too, and now I just can't remember.
What, his strength?
No. God, I'm getting old. What was it? It was just, I mean, I know if I talk, it'll come back to me, but it was just that whole experience of just, that's what it is. I knew it. So normally, like, for example, like you said, ice cream, right? And to me, I think all the small things is what makes the starting of a relationship kind of awesome, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, for example, I just had a friend who had a date and the guy was arrogant. He was like on some machismo, trying to do all this and that, right? And I'm saying to myself, I kind of thought about you when I said, damn, man, usually the small things, in my experience, has been the walks. So, like, once again, I bring up my ex-wife. So my ex-wife this is the longest walk I've ever taken in my life. It was pretty much from like 150 something street all the way to 59th Street. So that's like 100 blocks.
Damn.
And it was just a walk. Mind you, we stopped along the way. It was in the summertime too. So stopped along the way, got water, the whole 9 yards, whatever.
I'm about to say, y'all were walking in that heat.
Nah, it wasn't. It was one of those summer nights where it's hot, but then it's no humidity.
Okay.
So it's cool at night, thank God. But it was one of the longest walks. And after that walk, our relationship was 20 years deep. You know what I mean?
And, but it's true. Like, it doesn't have to be no extravagant shit every single time. Like, come sit with me, Right. Let's take that walk. Let's get to know each other on a deeper level.
Right, but, shit. And who doesn't like ice cream? Like, if ice cream don't put a smile on your face, then you evil. You know what I mean? You're gonna. You ever had ice cream pissed off? Like, never.
That's sad and unfortunate. I feel bad for people like that.
Well, one more thing before we go on to the topic at hand. But the other stuff was like when you said, ice cream, like you said no to ice cream, but you're expecting, off the rip, you want that 5-star dinner, right? In my head, I was like, man, you don't even deserve that. Why should I give you all that?
Exactly.
You haven't earned anything.
Yep.
Like all you're doing right now is like you might be looking cute and whatever, but you haven't earned that. For me to open up not only my heart, obviously, but my wallet to say, yeah, you deserve this 5-star dinner. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit makes no sense to me. So if you guys are out there spending 5 stars and all that, and you ain't getting no bun, no, that's another topic. But that was it. I just wanted to touch base on this. So no, the topic was a great topic, and we definitely could have talked like a whole lot about it. But
yeah, I'm sure we could have gone back and forth about that one.
Yeah, so I'm kind of glad we touched base on it and stuff like that. So that's good. But what I mean by that is just even when things go right, there's certain people that just continue with that negativity, starts to feed that negativity. And no matter what, it could be good things that are turning around and happening for that person, but that person finds a way to be negative. So that was my whole premise on this one, is just taking that negativity and running with it and letting it control even when stuff is going good, you still find a way to put negative thoughts out there and stuff like that. So I just wanted to get your view on that and what you think about that.
I just feel like, and I know we've discussed this in the past as well, but I feel like for whatever reason, human instinct or just, I don't know what it is, that we always hang on to the negative versus the positive. It always outweighs the other. For example, like I know someone who is studying for a test, or trying to get licensing in something, and they took the test the first time and failed it. So now they're on their second go and they've been studying. But I'm like, aside from studying, you have to go in with a positive attitude. It's like kind of your reinforcement and reassurance within yourself. Like go in there like, yes, I'm going to pass this. As much doubt as you have in your head, you want to go in there with the right attitude, because the right attitude could curve things for you. And why not, But this person's like, I'm studying so much, but there's so much distraction. There's so much going on. I just know I'm going to fail it. And I'm so upset. I'm so pissed. Like, they're going into it already upset and aggravated, not knowing what the outcome is going to be. But I'm like, bro, like, you can't have that kind of attitude, because yes, that will affect, your outcome at the end of the day. You're going to go in there with the attitude that it's not going to, you're not going to succeed. Then yeah, you're probably not going to succeed, because you already set that in stone for yourself from the get.
Correct.
And I feel like a lot of people have a tendency not only to hang on to the negative and pull negative out of positive situations, but also create negative scenarios, like premeditated, which has a major effect on the outcome in any situation. Why we do that, I don't know. I can't say that I do that. I don't. I'm pretty optimistic, but I know a lot of people who do that. And it's unfortunate, because I feel like, which I put a post up today on my poetry page about self-sabotage. I feel like it just ties into one another. Like, even if it's not premeditated negativity and it's a situation where something is so positive that comes out of it, and they just have to pick out the negatives, like, yo, okay, we'll do the test thing. I passed the test. I can't believe it. Like, I'm so excited. But damn, man, like, this fucking sucks. I got this wrong and that wrong. I could have done better. And then just shuts down their whole positive experience.
Right. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I mean, one thing that popped into my head, a few things, but hopefully I don't forget them because I'm so old. But is like when you go to weddings, right? You go to a wedding, no matter if it's cool, whatever, to your liking, whatever. It's a wedding, right? You're getting free food, open bar, the whole 9 yards, this, that, and the other. There's always that one person at the open bar be like, damn, man, this shit's cheap liquor. You know what I mean? There's always that one. Or there's always that one that says, oh, her dress was a little, it didn't kind of, you know what I'm saying? And I always say to myself, like, damn, man, they took time to consider you to invite you to their wedding, to their special moment, and you out here just criticizing this, that, and the other. That's when people get married and they spend like, 2,000, 10,000. They ain't say 2,000, my bad. 20,000.
2,000 is, I mean, some people do shit.
Listen. Shout out to my ex-wife. If I told you, look, I love jumping off this, but just mindset, right? So when we got married in Old San Juan. Okay, cool. Puerto Rico destination, everything was beautiful, right? Cool. Number 2, we got married in the Old San Juan Church. So that's the oldest cathedral in Old San Juan in Puerto Rico, right? So we got married there. I rented like this little mini type of villa. It was crazy, beautiful. We had the reception there, the whole night. It was beautiful. The 2 chefs that cooked my food, amazing, right? If I was to give you a guess of how much money we spent, what would you say?
5,000.
5,000 would have been nice, right? Yo, no doubt. No. I'm not even shitting you, Isha. I think I spent like $3,000.
Really?
Yep. And mind you, until this day, I'm divorced already, right? So it lasted a long time. But yo, people, every time we talk about like weddings and stuff like that, like my weddings, just it stands out because number 1, I just invited people that were like this close, right? Like the church thing, like, oh, he must have spent a grip on the church. Nah, it was a donation. You know what I'm saying? So I think I made a $200 donation. Mind you, some of the people that have gotten married there had like J-Lo or one of her 10 weddings. I don't know which one it was. But I believe she got married to Mark Anthony in that one. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But a lot of celebs have gotten married there. I just $200.
You could have done a $10 donation and been straight.
I could have, but I wasn't going to do that because they were nice. The food, but when I said 2 chefs, it was my mom and my aunt, the 2 best chefs I've known.
And that was the thing that tipped me over. I'm like, oh, damn, he had chefs. Then he probably spent more money.
I'm saying, though, listen, Ish, when I tell you the food was all gone, like, when like you look at the pots and they scrape the pot, all gone. Everything was gone. The cake was amazing. Like everything was good. So yeah, it was good. But that's what I'm saying, right? Like when people get invited to places and they just sit there and criticize and complain and bitch, and I'm saying to myself, damn, dog, like this is why I never wanted that type of wedding. I didn't want what we call freeloaders, but it's just that negative energy. But go ahead.
We always say how, okay, there's good criticism and then there's envious criticism.
Right.
I feel like, in situations as such, those people are really like, it's a reflection of themselves and the way they think and who they are, inside, not what they show on the outside. Like if I'm gonna sit here and be like, oh, they got this cheap ass liquor, like this trashy ass food, that's me. I'm being mad judgmental, and that's showing my character and how negative I am, or maybe the what is that word? Damn. What is that word? I just lost myself.
No, were you trying to refresh? Remember you talking about being envious or
Yeah, no, I know what path I'm on, but I forgot the word I wanted to use. Damn it. Anyways, so like people, maybe they're, when they exude that kind of energy, it's a reflection on themselves and their character, not necessarily what they actually think, oh, this is shitty liquor. Maybe they're just trying to make themselves look, cool or better in front of other people. Like, oh, I could afford better. Like, what the fuck? And I know people that are like that, and I hate that energy.
Right, I really do. I mean, I just hate a lot of negative energy. Like when people, like the shit that bugs me out is like little things like if they see this shit is misplaced, right? If they see this phone is misplaced and they know it's misplaced, they'll be like, somebody left it there, but they don't do nothing about it to put it in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they think it's the pride. Like if I see litter, like if I'm walking somewhere and there's a big ass paper on the floor, I'm gonna say honestly, 8 out of 10 times I'll probably pick it up and throw it in the trash. If I see trash nearby, it's not gonna hurt my pride.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's gonna say, "Oh, look at the bum ass picking up the paper." Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? But it's just negativity, man. Negativity rules are, for the most part. I mean, when we think about something, it's always negative.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, for example, we're trying a new stream. It's called StreamYard, and we're trying it. Like at no time did I say like, "Damn, like I hope this shit works." All I said was, I hope it's easy to plug in."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know it's been kind of tough, especially with the other service that we used for the first two.
Mm-hmm.
We do two or three? Two.
We did.
One full one and then yours.
Yes, you're right.
So yeah, so then we're trying this one, but at no time, it was just this one. I was just like, man, I just hope it's smoother. I don't have to do extra steps. But you know what I'm saying? It's just that really freaking bothers me. It's just.
But that's the thing. Everybody takes their experience differently. Like, we take it as we go and it is what it is kind of thing. And then you have other people who might be sitting here and be like, oh, I don't want to do this shit anymore. It's aggravating and I don't want to try another service. Let's just stick to this. Or, just picking out that negativity instead of looking at the bright side. Like, we're sitting here together. We're fortunate enough to be even doing that. Like, why not, try shit out?
Yeah.
And that goes with anything in life. Like, just give things chance, give things an opportunity, because why not? And if something doesn't go the way you want it to go, that's okay. But that's the thing too. Like, it's all about perspective and how you take things.
Right. So Shorty should have gave Money the chance with the little ice cream. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, she doesn't know what she could have gotten out of that.
Yo, ice cream? You married?
Childish. That man is trying to get to know you, lady.
You know what's funny though? Like remember when I said, like, have you ever had ice cream upset? Right.
Mm-hmm.
This other thought that came into my head. You know when you see a baby or a puppy, like you see a baby or a puppy, it doesn't matter. In like when you're walking in a store or whatever, and you see a baby and a puppy, your voice changes, right? Ooh,
yeah.
Look at the baby, or ooh, look at the puppy, right?
That's me every day with my sister's cats.
Right. So if your voice doesn't change, something's psychologically wrong with you.
That's an interesting thought.
Like, have you ever said, "Ooh, look at the baby"? Oh, look at the puppy. Right? It's always, "Ooh, look at the baby." Or,
it's like that excitement, that drive.
If you're just stone cold, like, "Nah, yo, what's up, baby?" Or, "What's up, puppy?" Like, you're a serial killer. That's straight up. Something wrong with you, yo.
I don't want to disagree with you. And it also, I feel like, depends on your personality, because not everybody is like goofy and giddy. Like me, I'm mad silly and I'm mad goofy. Like, I'm super like childish sometimes, Like, I see the baby, I'm like, oh, look at the baby. Like, and I just start calling it mad nicknames. Like, I don't even know the child. And then you have other people who are just like, I don't like kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, what's wrong with you?
The funny thing is with puppies, when I see dogs, to me, they're all puppies anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When I look at dogs, I don't even look at their owner.
I get it.
It's all about the dog. I'll be like, "Oh, the puppy." Like, I usually ask for permission. May I? And sometimes I don't even look at them. I just look at the puppy and I'd be like, "May I?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." Ooh. And then I'd be like, what's the puppy's name? And then they'd be like, Jeff, or I was always Jeff.
Our dog is 7 years old. She's getting old. And I call her, I'm always like, oh, mommy's baby, just like walling out. Like, her big fat ass too. Like, she's not even a little baby.
The funny thing is, my Pepper just turned 9. So yeah, so it's what, she's 56 or 62. 62, I think. Right now.
Oh, yeah. Y'all the same age.
Oh shit, you're about to get hung up.
I had to do it.
That was a good one. But yeah, what? 9 times 7 is 62?
I don't know. I was never good at math. Maybe.
So now we need a thesaurus and a calculator.
Sure do.
So yeah, no, my Pepper's getting up there too. All right, let's not talk about that. Anyway.
That's because you don't want me to throw shade at you.
Oh, your husband will be like this. Yeah,
it's all good.
It's all good. But yeah, no, just back to the the negative aspect and stuff. It's just that it's real. So it just we put so much time and energy into being negative and negative thoughts and stuff about, if we have an idea, all of a sudden we, instead of thinking of what it could be, we always think of, how about if this shit fails? Like it's always that, right? So one of the things too is, like, for example, just recently I had an interview and it just popped into my head, right? When the guy told me, hey, so what's plan B if this doesn't work out? You know what I'm saying? And my thing was like, my answer was like, there is no plan B. I concentrate on plan A. If that doesn't work out, then my next plan is plan A. There is no plan B. You know, so I'm usually just focused on what's ahead. I can't think of, all right, if this doesn't work out, then I'm gonna have to go this route, because you're already putting that negative, because you're already saying this is not gonna work out, so I have to create another plan.
I get that. Yeah.
So, and that was my explanation to him. If I put my energy into these two places, right, the one that I'm trying to get to, and if it doesn't work, the one I'm going to divert to, then I'm not putting all my energy into this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's concentrating on the plan in front of you, and just having great thoughts. Like I said, everything that I do, I do it with the best of the ability that I have. If it doesn't turn out in that result, then so be it. What did I learn from it, though? Right? So something. Right, Ed, I'm sorry.
I feel like in that aspect too, like that has a lot to do with manifestation. Like not sitting there and saying, if this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to do this. No, this is going to work. It's going to happen, and everything's going to be okay. It all starts with what, words you're putting out into the air, and your thoughts, basically. Like that's going to be the core of your success, is the way you think and the way you speak to yourself, about yourself, to people. That has so much to do. Like that's like a base layer to your success, in my opinion.
It is. I think so too. It's just the minute that doubt creeps into your head, might as well not even try, because you already said no.
Exactly.
So just back to other stuff that we've said in the past is when I'm training someone and they go, Coach, I can't do that. Okay, well, don't do it, because you already said you can't. So come on, go ahead, go sit down. And then they look at me like, oh, so what you wanted me to say? Oh no, it's okay, Billy. Nah, Billy, you already fucked up. You already said you can't do it, so why am I going to let you try?
That's the thing. Like, don't put that negativity in the air, and you're going to be all right. But you have to like reassure yourself, and you have to go in it full force, headstrong. Like, this is going to happen. This is going to work out.
Right. That's the whole thing. It's just, I don't know why we just focus so much on the negative instead of thinking of what it could be, what result I can get from this, right? And even if you don't, what did I learn from it?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes too, I think about it. All right, maybe it wasn't meant for me. So like when people talk to me, all right, whatever. How did you? Or like, for example, we'll go back to interviews, right? All right, so you interviewed. What happened with that? Well, I interviewed the same way I normally do. With a lot of energy, a lot of passion, whatever the case is. If somebody likes that, it's whoever is receiving it on the other end, right? So they might be like, nah, this guy is too happy and shit like that. I don't like his happiness. Like, for real, right? So there's people out there like, yo, why he's so, like, have you ever noticed, like, bringing negative shit to a space that's supposed to be positive, right? So I think we touched base on it. I don't know, maybe in a couple of episodes or whatever that we had in the past, but when that one person goes to the comedy club and they just ice grill, everybody else is laughing. There always that one dude that just be ice grilling. It's like, what the fuck is you there for?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the shit that bugs me out. Like, I just look at them and then they become part of the joke. Like, all right, you went there, you spent money, you're spending money on liquor, you got dressed, you probably came with a date, and you're gonna sit there and just ice grill because my man ain't funny.
That's right? Like, I think I told you about my experience recently. I went to the Stress Factory in New Brunswick a couple months ago, and I don't know if I told you this or not, but I'm just gonna say it again if I did. There was this family sitting there, and he starts saying jokes like about churches and religious people,
Mm-hmm.
And then this one lady, she literally got like pissed and she was like, you need to stop. And she was like, and he told her, he was like, this is a comedy show. Like, you know, if you can't handle it, why'd you come here? So then she gets up and starts walking out. And then her family gets up. It was a whole entire table, gets up and they start walking out behind her. And I
Uh-huh.
guess her son or something, he was like, fuck you, like that wasn't right. He didn't even say anything like out of line. It was literally like comedy. It was funny shit,
Yeah.
but they took it personal. And it's like, what are you going there for? Bringing down, like making the whole environment awkward and negative. Like for what? It's not directed at you and your family. It's a general statement, and not for nothing, but it's a comedy club. If that's not for you, then don't go to places like that because you're gonna bring everyone else's vibe down with you, and that's wrong.
And that's what I'm saying. That's it. You know, I'm glad. I'm glad you brought that because that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like
Mm-hmm.
today. You know what a comedy club is about. You're gonna get jokes. You're gonna get black jokes, white jokes, Chinese jokes, religion jokes, whatever,
Yeah,
gay, whatever.
everything.
That's what it is,
Mm-hmm. And that's the
right?
problem. Like I feel like with today's society too, everyone's so fucking sensitive with
Everybody,
everything, the races, the pronouns, all that bullshit. Like, get over
listen,
yourself.
listen. Here's my thing, right? I just had a conversation about pronouns, right?
Oh, here you go.
No. And this is what it is. It is what it is. Like I don't care. It is what it is. Like I
Hmm.
don't care what you identify as,
I don't give
right?
a fuck either. Do
You
you?
can identify as this. You can identify as a microphone. You can
Hmm.
identify as a falcon. I don't give a fuck, really. I don't. I don't.
Hmm.
Whatever pencil you want to be the next doggy puppy guy, do you? Whatever makes you happy, right? It's not
Hmm.
gonna bother me. I don't care. What I do care is if I'm ever chilling somewhere and my daughters use the bathroom and I see a man going into the women's bathroom, then I'm gonna care about your pronouns. You
Yep.
did?
I
So
can
if
understand that.
right, so if it doesn't affect me, go ahead. You want to be a stick, go be a stick, and that's
Mhm.
all it is. So
I know. I totally understand where you're coming from because I mean I agree. I feel like you do what you want, but there are certain things that need to have boundaries. Like I'm all for anything, like whatever, as long as it's not harming anyone. Do whatever makes you happy.
so the whole conversation was this is comedy hour, y'all. This is comedy hour. So I guess the dude identified as they. So it wasn't him or she, it was they. So
Uh-huh.
so I was like, all right, cool, you can identify as they, so you both, they and them and him, and the other. So it was like on some days you identify as he, some day as a she, and some days as they, right?
Hmm.
So it's all right. Like I whatever you want to identify as, yeah, fuck it, knock yourself out. I don't give a fuck, but fuck that. So it's they. Like I don't get the they. They is plural.
I don't get any of it. I mean, I know it's controversial, but to be quite frank, pronouns really piss me the fuck off.
So,
It's not for me. I think it's just is like all this sensitivity about everything. Like shit used to be like, oh, that's funny, and like no personal shots or nothing like that either. Like it was just like funny shit. Things are different these days. It's so corny. People
it,
are just so like whack.
it is. It's just funny because now that you're thinking comedy, I remember there's a comic called his name is Bill Burr, and he's off the. I don't know if you ever seen
That sounds super familiar. Yeah.
white dude, kind of look like me, bald, but he's red. He's a redhead, right? So
Oh,
so he was like, "Yo, man, listen,
I
man."
thought you meant his face is red.
No, he's a redhead. He's ginger. Right? So he said some shit that unto this day I crack up because it's true. So he goes, "Yo, white people, man, we gotta do it like the black people do. Because if we do it like the black people do, then white people can keep their jobs. But
Hmm.
what the black people do when they talk about a certain race, right? They add the curse word in front of the race,
Hmm.
right? No, hold up. No, they add it at the back of the race. We white people put it in the front, and that's what fucks us up. So he was like, I was chilling with some black guys, and they was like, yeah, man, I was chilling one day, and this Chinese motherfucker came up to me. So now it's like you're thinking, yeah, yo, what's up? That Chinese dude, what he do, right? So now you're interested.
Uh-huh.
White people will go. White people will be like, yo, this fucking Chinese dude. Whoa, hold on, like hold. Now it sounds totally different, right?
Mhm.
But he was crazy. Matter of fact, he
That's
didn't.
funny. I had to think about that one, but that's
Right,
funny.
so he didn't use Chinese. He used Asian. So he was like, yeah, man, I was, this, he goes, this Asian motherfucker came up to me and it's all good. But the minute you say fucking Asian, ooh, hold on. But that shit just made me laugh because it's true, right? So many people have lost their jobs because they don't know where to put the curse word at.
That's funny.
So he was like the black people, you know what I mean? But some people might get offended.
Yeah, you gotta be careful these days.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get canceled. Shout out to the days, yo.
I'd have been canceled a long time ago. I got too many opinions on this sensitivity bullshit.
Yeah, that's for sure. So guys, listen, man, I know we've been talking about negativity and all kinds of comedy and stuff like that. So we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll be right back. More of this young lady on this side here, and more of this. You see, my head is shining because I'm giving you gems, holiness.
All right, Baldy.
Yeah. Yo, you see the love? You see the love? First of all, she talk about my age, like I'm 60 something, and
I love you.
Nah, yeah. We'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Skane here, back to let you know and remind you that my co-host Aisha has an amazing poetry book called Treetop Echoes. It is available now on Amazon as well as Barnes & Nobles. So if you're in the market for a new book, please pick it up. You will not be disappointed in this amazing poetry book. So the name of the book, once again, Treetop Echoes, available on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. Get your copy today. Talking That Ish and Skane podcast is now available on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. Say word, Skane. Word to Big Bird. So now our show, me and Ish, you know how we doing it. Talking That Ish and Skane podcast is now available on Amazon Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. No excuse. You can't miss us. We there, we everywhere. Say word, Skane. Word to Big Bird. So we'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Peace.
Hi, guys. Welcome back from the Rogaine commercial. You know what I'm saying? I had to apply the Rogaine. You know what I'm saying? and the Just for Men. You know what I'm saying? It's getting out of control. But yeah, guys. No sponsorship. That shit is coming, though. You know what I mean? I remember when I tagged you, what was it, J.G. Wentworth? Remember that one?
Liked our post, yeah. 877 now.
That's right. We're about to get that.
I was about to go do the whole jingle. You just got me in my vibe.
Yeah, that's why we switched from Poland Springs to Essentials. You know what I mean? That's what we do. Big money.
Oh, God. Kirkland, we got the Costco brand in the house.
Big money waters.
I don't got money like you.
Go ahead. See what I'm saying? Being that negative, man. Go ahead. But yeah, so we're talking about negativity and the effects, right? Yes, you know what's funny? I was thinking about negativity over the weekend as well, right? From the last time that we spoke about that we were going to talk about this topic. I came across this thing and I was kind of hoping we would do the podcast together in person because I wanted to do this test on you. Oh. Right? So I'm going to explain it to you. So if you guys want to try it out there, I'm going to try it on you eventually, or if you want to try it with a friend or whatever. So the whole shit was just mindset, your mindset, right? So being negative. So the guy had the guy with his arms like a cross spread out, right? So you guys can see me like that, right? But no, obviously I got to be with you, but I'm just giving you a thing, right? So he had the guy, spread his arms like that. And then he told him, just think of the best time that you ever had, something that made you feel euphoric, something that gave you so much energy and passion and you loved it, just a bliss moment. And he thought about it. He says, you don't have to tell me, just think about it. Put yourself in that day that it was just like the best day on this planet, right? Yeah. Dude had the arms like that, and then he was pressing down on his arms, and he couldn't, no matter how much pressure he had, his arm would not come down because he was just he had those thoughts of just being happy. Then he said, all right, cool, shake it off, do the same exact thing. Now think of one of the moments that it was the worst moment of your life. And the guy thought about it. Actually, he didn't tell him. He just thought about it. He's like, you don't got to tell me. Just think about the worst day of your life. Same thing. He put the same pressure and his arm wouldn't stay up. It would come down. No matter how hard the guy tried, his arm just came down. And the guy was in disbelief. So his other friend came and he did the same exact thing. Think of the best time of your life. And it was the same result. The same result.
Yeah,
and
we're going to try that out.
Yeah, so it was like the whole video was just your mind, how powerful it is, how, like you said, manifestation, putting yourself out there, giving your body that energy that you need, right? So I know in one of the solo things that I did when I talked about the high five habit of just high fiving yourself in the mirror. Every time I feel like overwhelmed, I usually count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then all of a sudden that energy just changes, Another thing that I've been starting to do, which sounds silly, but I did some research on it and it kind of helps you with that easing of those nervousness and those negative thoughts, is just tapping yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And one of the best guys that does it is a freaking actor. What's his name? And that's the way he does his right before he,
is it like a breathing exercise?
No, it's a pat. It's like you tap yourself. Like you could tap like on your forehead, whatever. But he does it on his chest. And every time I've done this, put one hand on the belly here, one on the chest. Just take deep breaths, and it calms you down. And then when you start doing this, sometimes, like I've done it, like when I'm at Red Bull games and I feel like I don't know, or in other places, I start to tap, just to calm myself down. I'm trying to think of the actor, man.
I wonder, is it like you got to hit like specific pressure points kind of thing?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, he just does it on his chest. And the funny thing is, in one of the movies, he was on one of the Leo movies. He's a big actor too, so he's won an Oscar as well. But he was in the Wolf of Wall Street, and
okay, with Leonardo. Oh, Leonardo.
Yeah, right. No, it wasn't Leo.
Oh.
He was like sort of Leo's mentor.
Oh, okay.
He was having dinner with him, and then he taught in that scene. He tells Leo, "Tap your chest," like oh, and he does these stupid sounds. But then the reason why they put that in the movie is because right before they shot, he was doing that to his chest to calm him down, so to get him focused.
Yeah.
Leo was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, that's how I do it to blah 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 blah." And then Leo was like, "Let's keep that in the movie."
Wow.
Between him and stuff, and that's how they did it. Damn, I'm trying to forget. I'm gonna Google this freaking actor's name, but it's just something as simple as that, right? The mindset was man, what the fuck is his name?
I'm literally pulling it up right now.
Right. When you say his name, I'm gonna be like, you freaking dude, because he's
Martin Scorsese.
No, he's the director.
Oh, Jonah Hill, Matthew McConaughey.
Yes,
Matthew.
Yeah, that's his thing. He taps himself on the chest. He does these little sounds and stuff in order for him to get focused on the project that he has. So that was something that I got from him, and I remember him. I came across that a long time ago, but it was just like I do it, not pounding myself, but sort of in the open-handed, just to sort of calm those negative thoughts. Every time I'm trying to have a negative thought, I try to like, nah, dog. Like sometimes I even gotta check myself, like, all right, dog, like chill, you wilding right now. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I mean, that's the thing though. I guess like everybody has their thing that they do or practice, whatever it is, whether it's gonna calm your nerves or put you in a more positive mindset. You know, you gotta find it for yourself. Everyone is different. If it's gonna take practice, so be it.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just, once again, what we say is putting so much energy into the negativity that it's just bugged out to me. It's just absolutely bugged out.
You saying that, like, I think that's the one key thing that drives me crazy. How could you find the time and energy to put into like being negative in any aspect, like whether it's something that you're going after or if it's just your general personality to pick up on the negative over the positive, just being a pessimist overall? Like, how do you find that in you? Because there's no way in hell I'm gonna wake up and start my day on a bad note. If I start my day on a bad note, my entire day is gonna be bad. It's bound. You know, it's all about how you wake up in the morning, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. All of that comes down to, you know, your opportunities, the difficulties, your strengths, everything. Like that literally shapes all of that.
You know what's funny? Another thought, right? Because it's just the energy, right? So sometimes, like when you wake up late, you're like, "Fuck, I'm late," and this, that, and the other. So it's already negative, right? So you get in the car and you start driving. You hit every motherfucking red light known to man.
I can't say I do that.
Yo, every red light. And you're like, oh, I'm just trying to get to work. And then you get behind people that are fucking slow as fuck because you already started on the wrong note. You woke up late, negative energy, and now you're behind everybody, right? But on the days when you wake up on time, you know, everything's good. Yo, you hit every green light to work, no problem. You get behind the quickest people. Mind you, you don't want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like your job, whatever the case is, but everything is green lit all the way to you.
That's why when I wake up and I'm like, fuck, I'm going to be late to work. I'm like, well, since I'm late already, let me go get an iced coffee to make everything good. I'm showing up late already. I might as well stop and get me a upper.
Yeah, you know what's funny, man? Shout out to all my finish line people, right? So these son of a bitches, and you know who you are. They will come late, right? So they already know. Skeen looked at his watch. You will walk in, oh, word. That's all you will hear. Oh, word. They'll be like, yo, my bad, Skeen. You know what I mean? This, that, or the other. So I was like, all right, cool. So they will come out like, yeah, yo, my bad, Skeen. I woke up late. And you know what I'm saying? So I said, oh, all right, cool. You woke up late, but you still had time to go get some breakfast. You still had time to get a little Starbucks. You know what I mean? Oh, no, Skeen, listen, I was late already, bro. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And for me, like, I get it. It depends on your role and your responsibilities. For me, my boss is amazing. My job is amazing. Like, I know that even if I'm late, I'm going to get my work done and I'm going to, you know, handle my business and do what I got to do. So that's why I say, like, for me, if I am running late to work, it's not like I'm running an hour late to work or anything like that. But if I'm running late, let me fucking get my iced coffee and, you know, make my day good.
So your coffee with the, what is it, 2 pumps of something with a sprint of something and a splash of something?
No, I don't. I mean, maybe my order is a little complicated, but it don't sound like that at all.
Yo, listen, man. Starbucks is a special place, man. Like the only thing I get at Starbucks, and people that know me,
I don't get Starbucks.
So the only shit I get at Starbucks is pup cups.
Of course you do.
That's for me. That's for me. It ain't no.
Wait,
dog.
what?
It's for me. The pup cup. Just whipped cream.
What?
They're free.
Are you kidding? You're serious right now?
Yeah. Anybody that listens to this podcast, they're gonna be like, yeah, yo, Oscar just be like, you going to start
like, oh, something wrong with this dude.
I just be like,
Instead of pup cup.
Let me get a pup cup. And then they come back with it too. And I eat it.
I thought you were
that, and then they have those cheese and crackers with the little grapes.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
They probably a lot of people overpass them anyway because they go straight for the latte and the 2 pumps of this and a sprinkle of that with a half of mocha and a half of this. Like, fuck
you
out.
Just damn, now you made me want it. I'm thinking about, they have this like spinach, like, I don't know, is it a spinach wrap with like feta cheese? I don't know what it is, but it's rocking. Heat it up. Oh my god.
Bussin'.
It is.
Now listen, man, I like my coffee light and sweet. You know what I mean? Like I like smart women. But anyway,
I don't go to Starbucks.
Nah. The best coffee. Shout out to Wawa. A1.
Okay.
That's all. A1. Wawa be bussin'. But anyway, but yeah, yo, just negative stuff. Being a negative Nelly. But no, I mean, I agree with everything that we kind of talked about today. It's just giving that energy to the wrong things in our life. You know what I mean? From whatever, it could be something so delightful as like, oh my God, I have a date. Right? So you have a date. Cool. All right. So that should be promising, right? Well, nah, yo, what should I wear? Like, nah, this makes me look this and this make me look that. Or what is he going to think? First of all, the dude that's going with you, if you happen to be a female, He's just happy to be there. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're taking the time to share with him. That's number two. And number three, if it's ice cream, is all good. But no, that's what it is. No, even in the right moment, in a good moment, we kind of start to put those barriers already. What if he doesn't like this? What if he doesn't like that? And we put so much energy into that instead of saying just be yourself, right? There's a reason why he was attracted to you, or she's attracted to him. There's a reason. Now, from that point on, whatever comes out of your mouth can be something totally different. Like, damn, this dude is just, you know, he could be good looking, or this girl is good looking. But I've been on dates where when I'm talking and I'm just like, shit, no.
Like, this ain't for me kind of thing.
This shit right here remind me of Nickelodeon talk. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get sophisticated talk popping, and it's just like, nah, this is all Nick at Night, that type of thing. But yeah, it could be that. But still, we, you know, put negative thoughts and negative ideas into our head, or sometimes we just play the negative scenario in our heads before it even happens.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm trying to ask you to do something, I'm already saying, "Oh, how about if she says no?"
And it's like self-doubt and fear.
Right.
But you know, sometimes in those situations, you got to really take a step back and be like, "What's the worst that could happen?"
Right. Which
aspect.
Which is should be right. So what's the worst that can happen? She says no. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
What's the worst that could happen? She'll ask for her money back through Cash App. You know what I mean? No, I'm just, but no, it's just, you know, that's all I thought. It was just that I said, you know what? Let's talk about it. Not that we're gonna get a result out of it, but just kind of expose it and just tell people, man, listen. There's already a lot of Right. There's a lot of negativity in this world already to begin with. You know, you turn on your news. I don't know if people watch the news anymore, but the news happens on your phone. You know what I mean? And you get, you know, there's stuff that we laugh about because, like, damn, like, you really did that. You know what I'm saying? But there's some stuff that you kind of sit back and you be like, damn, man, that's whack. Like in your case, you know what I mean? The Twitter situation. Right? Was it Twitter that you said that this happening?
Yeah, my friend said it was a trending thread on Twitter.
Right. Which is crazy, right? So we put so much energy into a negative thing. Right. So it's the same thing. When you turn on the news, everything is negative. Yo, they killed 7 people, this, that, and the other. That, you know what I mean? And then you get that one story. Well, this guy gives back to the community. And out of 10 stories, there was just one positive one. Right? Or when athletes do great job in their community, youth centers, whatever, you never hear about that.
No.
But, you know, if he gets accused, right? But if he gets accused of like sexual harassment, now he's on every TV and news outlet that's out there. And, you know, and unfortunately, that's what we crave about.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, for example, just another thought that I just had in my head, like, I try to separate the artist from the person. Right? And I think I've said it in the past. Like, for example, I'll take a R. Kelly. Right? Some people be like, oh, R. Kelly, you still listen to R. Kelly music? Yeah, I still listen to his music. His music was great. The person wasn't great, but the music was epic, right? Same thing like it would be like, damn, I forgot to put a little thing. You heard that?
Hell yeah, I did.
So yeah, like for example, Michael Jackson. Let's just say, for example, right? He was never. He was accused and stuff like that, but we still rocking Billie Jean and all that, right? Another one is Chris Brown, right? Yeah, he has his issues, but he's a great talent. So all his music I'm bumping, you know what I'm saying, and all that. So it's just we have to learn to separate that from the artist, right? And then the person separated because the only reason you came across this person here is because of this person's art. It wasn't because of this person because you would have known him. But the fact that he or she is famous, now you know what their art is about. And, you know, people don't know how to separate that. There's just this. So, yeah, there's some nuts out there and stuff like that, and that they live the nutty life. But the art is still the art, and you got to appreciate the art for what they left. So my mind's telling me no. I swear.
My body.
Thank you. I was talking about, I had a conversation. If you were to walk anywhere, and you walking and they playing music and all of a sudden you hear my mind's telling me no, 9.9 out of 10 people, but my body, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they would just rock out. No thought this dude that pissed on little girls and stuff like that. And they whatever,
Except that pissed on them girls.
right? And whatever, but you singing R. Kelly, that's what you're singing. And that's what it is, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, separate both. Stop being so goddamn negative. Shit.
Oh my God, I can't take you.
Yeah, that was me and my negativity rant today.
I like it.
That was pretty good. I kind of had that thought and I just wanted to share it with you and kind of touch topics on the topic that you had before, which was a great freaking topic. So I was like, oh, I missed it. But
shout out to my boy for that one, because I was having a hard time figuring one out.
No, that was really good, because I didn't know. I was like, damn, I wonder what she's going to talk about. Like when you posted the thing, you're like, yeah, done. So then I had to do the editing, and I saw, and you right away send me the title, and I was like, you know, I said, I was like, what was it? Dating bullies, or something like, yeah, dating bullies. And I was like, word, like, what's up with the bullies? I love that. Yeah, it was great. So it was kind of rough that I missed it, but we kind of touched base on it today, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, my girl. So this is another episode. I'm glad you guys tuned in. Thank you so much for supporting the cause. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? I think we did shout them out last time, yeah?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. All right. So they get another shout out and stuff. So we appreciate you guys tuning in on a weekly basis. Hopefully me and this young lady for the next one we'll be in the same room. And then we'll go from there. So yeah, Ish, hit him with the last words. And if you do, hit him with the gem.
I got you, my guy. I mean, as far as the last words go, if you find yourself being that pessimistic person, maybe this is the opportunity for you to actually sit back, reflect on yourself, your behavior, characteristics, and try to make a positive impact in your own life, you know, not anybody else or for anybody else for that matter. But sometimes, you know, starting with you will be the effect on everybody around you. So take this chance and work on you.
Yes, indeed.
The gem for today. A pessimist is one who makes difficulties of his opportunities, and an optimist is one who makes opportunities of his difficulties.
I love that. That was good. I really like that. That's a cherry on top of this topic. So yeah, that's a good one. Marinate on that one, everybody. Like I said, man, stop being negative. Put some positive out there in the world. Try to do your best, man. Even if it's a simple smile at a stranger, holding the door for somebody. And even if they don't say thank you, you know what I mean? Don't be quick to be like, yo, that's what I'm saying. Just be like, yo, you did good. And eventually somebody's going to do good for you or to you. So, and for those people out there who gets those ice cream requests, yo, man, say yeah to your boy, man. You know what I mean? Ice cream, yo. Shout out to Ralph's. If you had Ralph's, you know what I'm talking about.
You love Ralph's.
Oh,
you always talk about Ralph's.
Yo, I just took my daughter to Ralph's, so they know what that's what. You never been to Ralph's?
I have.
All right, so then go to Ralph's.
I'm just saying, you love it. That's all.
Ralph's is a non-official sponsor of the show. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Keep it real. Stay tuned with us. We're gonna try to get bigger and better with this stuff. Ish, always a pleasure to share mic with you.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week. Take care, guys. Peace.
Talking at Ish and Skeen.
Show you right.